Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. It's the moment we all love, everybody. We're talking relationships, and our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is in the building. Today, we're discussing the dating phenomenon known as love bombing. What exactly is it, and how can you identify that you are being love bombed in your current relationship? Well, our lines are open, so if you have any questions or comments for Dr. Eve, do call us 021-430-9881, and we will engage with you. Of course, Dr. Eve, so good to have you in the house.
Hi, nice to be here.
I don't know what love bombing is.
I know.
Please tell us. I was just
a
like,
wonderful
what
term.
is that exactly?
Yeah, I love how this new language develops.
I know.
All the times, like breadcrumbing,
Yeah.
ghosting.
What?
Breadcrumbing.
I thought breadcrumbing. I was like, what is that? Girl, we got to sit down and talk.
And ghosting, and now we've got love bombing. So
Yeah.
I actually like do a little bit of research. But really what it is old-fashioned emotional abuse, actually.
Are you
So,
serious?
yeah, so let's kind of take people through it because it is probably a new term for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So this starts out with courting. And I'm talking to people who are at the beginning of courting relationships, as well as people who may be already stuck in a love bomb situation.
Yeah.
So literally imagine that here comes a whole bomb and it's filled up with love and it explodes into your face.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, you are completely taken in with this. This person
Yeah.
comes in, you meet this person, whether it's online or in real life, and suddenly you are very overwhelmed with this incredible amount of love. But there is a niggling sensation that you have inside of you that this is a little bit too much too soon.
Yeah.
So it starts off with a lot of flattery. And Leanne, we are going to look at the difference between love bombing and a healthy relationship because a lot of people...
I was thinking, it's nice in the beginning to have that kind of attention, is it not?
Right, exactly. So where does the difference come in? So you get all this flattery, all of this attention given to you, and you are sent gifts and you are told a lot of loving things, a lot of compliments around you, but it can happen with like in days.
Yeah.
And you begin to feel, this person doesn't really know me that well, and yet I'm receiving all of this attention.
Yeah.
And I feel very flattered, and obviously instinctively for all of us, we feel this is really nice, and we want more, and we want more of that. And then it begins to change in a very subtle way into some kind of controlling behavior. And then it turns into some kind of feelings of anger when you don't respond in exactly the same way, in the timing.
Yeah.
And then it ends up with unreasonable demands.
Okay.
And you find yourself, I've been love bombed and I'm now trapped in a situation.
Yeah.
How do I get out of it? And that's what we're going to talk about.
I love that. I love that. What kind of a person, or I don't know whether we should talk about the differences that you said between a healthy relationship and a love bomber.
Yeah.
But what kind of person becomes a love bomber?
Yeah.
Or is guilty of that kind of personality trait?
You know, I hate to label people, but I also think it's important that people begin to identify or take responsibility for who they are and why they're doing this love bombing. So the literature suggests that people who are doing the love bombing are oftentimes narcissistic personalities, people who are very self-involved, which means people who are very insecure, people who have quite a low self-esteem.
Yeah,
and the way that they build themselves up is by taking control of the person who they want to be, gaining the attention of that person. And the person, we also have to ask, you know, who is the person who is being seduced into this love bombing situation? And it's normally people who are quite vulnerable, people who have got a low self-esteem, who have come out of a situation where they're feeling they're needing a lot of attention or they're quite needy. And so when this person arrives with this amount of bombing, you just suck it all up.
Yeah.
So it seems to be like a mutual situation where both people have got quite low self-esteem and are vulnerable to this.
You know what, I know that we were like joking about it in the beginning, but I do feel like this can become a very serious and toxic situation.
Absolutely.
Maybe if you feel that you are in a situation like that and you don't really know who to talk to or how to get out of it, you can basically give us a call or call in 021-430-9881. I mean, we've got the expert here. She is ready and willing to talk to you. And if you are in trouble, of course, make sure that you also give us a call to... What is that?
I really feel strongly around it, that we want to be able to offer a format for people to call in.
Exactly. We also have the number for FAMSA on their national line, 011, that's 011-975-7106 or 24/7. You can also visit their website, famsa.org.za, to get information and, of course, all the help that you need as well. But stay tuned. Dr. Eva is going to be right back after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're back with our relationship expert, Dr. Eve. We're talking about the dating phenomenon known as love bombing. I had no idea what it is. And of course, we're talking about it. It is a lot more serious than I first initially thought about it. But we were talking about it. Let's talk about the telltale signs of being involved with a love bomber. And then maybe you can just paint the picture between the two different sides. Because when I first walked into this, I thought, oh, I'm being bombed with love. It sounds amazing. But maybe not so much.
Yeah. So in a healthy relationship, you're going to have the mutual flattery, because there's going to be responsivity and reciprocity, and you're going to have a feeling of calmness and excitement with this person. It feels like appropriate, it feels acceptable. So this person's going to do the flattery, and they're going to send you a few text messages, and you're going to send back a few text messages in a healthy situation. And you're going to be protective of yourself. Both of you should be in that situation and feel out, is there a response coming from the other person? And then organically it flows that it will begin to increase, and organically with time it will gifts will be exchanged, or gestures will be exchanged, and over a period of time the loving language comes into it, and the moving forward into sharing experiences come into it. In a healthy situation, there's never control or demands or anger that's expressed in an inappropriate or scary way. If we look at love bombing, it's really the opposite. So this person will start, as I said earlier, start with the flattery very quickly, and then almost weave you into their web very soon by making promises and commitments that perhaps somebody who is needy or somebody who is vulnerable is going to take as love. They will tell you that they are the only one for you. They will tell you that they need to see you and gain your attention is because they feel protective and loving towards you. They will also let you know very quickly that you are the one and only. And they also start creating a future, like within weeks. Like, I'm the one for you. This is the future we're going to have together, and start doing all this dreaming and planning, but it's really quite controlling. And the most important thing is that people begin to feel, and this is something that I want the viewers to be aware of and share with us, the sense of discomfort, whether you're male or a female. You get these red flags that come on in, and you feel, I am bombed, and yet I've now committed myself into a situation and I feel I can't get out. And as you said earlier, maybe people who are in that situation, or maybe been in that situation for a while, can phone us and tell us what that experience has been like for them.
Talking about that, phoning us and telling us about that experience, or maybe you're starting to notice some telltale signs of being in a relationship with a love bomber, you can give us a call, 021-4309-881. Our lines are going to be open after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. We are continuing our chat about love bombing, a really, really toxic relationship situation. Dr. Eve is here. Dr. Eve, if you had to find out that you are now in a relationship with a love bomber, is there a way to turn things around, or is it their way or the highway?
There's no way to turn it around. I think that, I'm very clear around that if you've identified some of these symptoms, you really want to get help. You want to get support from your family or from FAMSA or professional counselor to be able to get yourself out of the situation. This person isn't going to change. You may appeal to them and they may be very defensive. As soon as somebody's defensive, you've got to see that as a red sign, as a red flag. They are defensive, they don't listen to you. So you want to just take a breath and look and listen and be very honest with what you are feeling, and reach out for help, because the situation isn't going to get any better. And those people are almost at risk for intimate partner violence, because when they leave, this person becomes really angry. So one of the other things that they do, Leanne, is that if we go through the stages again, it's flattery. There's this overwhelming amount of flattery. And then they begin to devalue you, put you down,
I was going to ask
point
about that,
out points to you where they don't like you, or where they begin to criticize you a lot, which boggles your self-esteem and really kind of gets you unhinged. And then what they do as well is that they will suddenly disappear. they will suddenly break up with you, disappear from you, and it could be for weeks, it could be for months, and you're left after all of this love that's been showered on you, you're left completely confused. And then they come back and they pick up as if nothing's really gone wrong without ever apologizing for what they've just done to you. So there isn't any repair process or any accountability whatsoever. And that, is really abusive.
And if you're a vulnerable person already, you are not necessarily going to have the kind of strength of character to realize what's going on and kind of have an exit strategy and get out.
Exactly right.
Because they keep you in this whole cat and mouse game all the time.
Exactly, that's how it is. It's a push-pull situation where they will disappear and maybe even date and love bomb somebody else, and you'll hear about that, and then they come back to you as if nothing is wrong or that you were really at fault. So you can hear it's incredibly dangerous to somebody's mental health to be in that situation. So the advice is that if somebody has had the courage to get out of a love bomb situation, and I really encourage you to do it sooner rather than later, they begin to identify I'm being controlled, or this is a bit overwhelming, or even from get-go, actually, Leanne, the moment you feel that this courtship is going too quickly, or it feels inappropriate for you, really stand back and take stock and put aside your flattery and be present with your truth of, I need to slow it down. And if he or she resists the slowing down, just be very careful. So example is, we're learning here in the studio, one of the things to watch out for men to watch out for, is for women who are really very keen very soon. Those men are at risk of baby making. Those women, stop using or
a
say
young
yes,
trap situation.
Exactly. I am on contraception, but they're not on contraception, don't want to use a condom because they love you so much.
We've actually got a call on the line. Sorry to break your word, Dr. Eve.
Go ahead.
Anonymous, good morning. What is your question or comment for Dr. Eve?
It doesn't matter what age you are, and unfortunately I think there are men out there who prey on also older women, particularly older women, because we are more vulnerable. And I unfortunately was in a relationship with a love bomber who had preyed on other women prior to me, and his strategy was the same to these women. I met the other woman after my relationship with him. He used the same strategy on them. It was devastating.
Wow.
So sorry.
He immediately, I was the only one, I was the most beautiful one, alienates you from your family. They don't care about you. Only he cares about you. He's the only one who will care about you. He's going to marry you. He's going to look after you. He's the only one who is there for you. He will be there for you. Phones you 100 times a day. He'll be there for you. He's going to save you from the world.
Oh, wow.
Very seductive.
Yeah.
Very, very, 100 times a day, you're beautiful, feeds your ego, you're the most beautiful woman he's ever seen.
Sure.
So you just bombed and bombed and bombed and utterly bombed. So you fed and fed and fed, and then you realize that he's actually manipulating you to such a level that you're alienated from your friends, you're alienated from your family, you're alienated from everybody. And all he has is control over you.
Sure.
And you're left with nobody. In the meantime, he has a life.
Well, thank you so much, Anonymous, for that. It's so true. It's
Ticked
so
all the boxes.
True.
Hey? Thank you for calling, and you can still hear there's emotion in her voice as she tells the story. So there you have a tick box of exactly what happens. So for women and for men, the solution is for all of us, is to grow strong self-worth, to not be vulnerable to men like that. That should be the ideal, that we want to have a good relationship with ourselves, and then we won't be so vulnerable to people who love bomb.
Absolutely. We would love to continue. There's such an important topic, but we do have the helpline on screen. Make contact with Family South Africa. That's FAMSA on their national line 011 975 7106 or 7. And of course, you can go and visit their website, famsa.org.za. We were talking about love bombing today. Might have sounded like a very fun term, but very, very serious. Thank you so much, Dr. E, for being here with us. We'll do it again next Monday. Same time, same place. We love relationship talks.
Bye.